So if you have any question, you can ask in between, because today session is some tough. Okay. So you can ask in between to me, you can interrupt me. So today we will discuss about sample size calculation in superiority clinical trial when type of outcome is numerical or quantitative. Basically, we have two type of outcome. Okay, numerical and quantitative, or qualitative or categorical or binary. So we will do sample size calculation for quantitative or numerical when we have outcome, primary outcome, and when we have qualitative or categorical or binary in nature. Okay. And similar to non-inferiority clinical trial also. And we will do use various online calculator for this. So these are the prerequisites. Okay. Primary outcome, we have proportion, prevalence, incidence, mean, standard deviation from previous study, pilot study, expert opinion, clinical experience, etc., etc. Power of study 80-90, confidence interval 95%. But and this type of the quantitative and qualitative outcome, this is most popular table. Okay. So here, please see this. As I told you, we have, I think you know about the Z value at 80% power of study, Z value or Z beta value, Z1 minus beta value at 90% power of study. And as I told you that alpha value at 5% alpha value or 95% confidence interval for superiority and non-inferiority, we will use one-sided alpha 5%. And this time we will use 1.645. 1.645 value for Z, one-sided. Okay. Earlier, last 2 days, we were using Z two-sided Z alpha by 2 value, Z1 minus alpha by 2 value as 1.96. But for superiority and non-inferiority trial, we will use 1.645 value. So this is a difference. Okay. So 1 minute. Oh, first slide, it's not nothing, only like repetition. Previous slides repetition. Okay. So it's not much. First day and second day we have done. So it's a third day. So these are similar slides. Okay. Nothing new. Now it is new slide for today's presentation, today's lecture. So superiority clinical trial. So what do you mean by this? Superior means one group is superior to another. That is a superiority. Okay. So superiority clinical trial means in a clinical trial, in a clinical research study, what we are seeing, we want to prove that new medical treatment, okay, new medical treatment or new drug or new intervention, okay, new device is more effective or safer than a standard treatment or control group. And this control group can be placebo, standard care, or an active comparator. Okay, so group 1 is group A. Group A is a new treatment, new drug. And group B is it may be placebo, it may be standard care, or it may be an active comparator. And in superiority clinical trial, what we see, we want to see group A is better than group B. Group A is better than group B. So this is our hypothesis. It is called alternative hypothesis or research hypothesis. Group 1, group A is better than group B. Okay? It is alternative hypothesis or research hypothesis. And vice versa, it's null hypothesis. What will be null hypothesis? Can anybody tell me in this scenario? What will be null hypothesis in this scenario? Can anybody tell me?
So there is no difference between the intervention
No, there is no difference.
or alternative.
No, there is no difference. This is a difference between two-sided and one-sided. When we are using quasi-experimental study or randomized control trial study, it means we can say there is no difference. Okay, so here we can say that, okay, yes, you are right that there is no difference here, and there is a similarity. Okay, there is a similarity, we can say. There is no difference. Okay, very good. So there is no relationship between, there is no relationship. No, there is no relationship. What do you mean by there is no relationship? There is no difference or there is a similarity between group A and group B. Group A is efficacious, okay, similar to group B. That is our null hypothesis. So what is our alternative hypothesis? Please tell me. Yeah, you are right. There is no difference between control and experiment group. Very good. Group A and group B. So what is our null hypothesis in this alternate hypothesis in this case? I have already mentioned alternate hypothesis.
Group A is better than Group B.
Group A is better than or superior than Group B. Very good. Group A is better than or superior to Group B in the sense of primary outcome. Okay, in the sense of primary outcome. So here what we are saying, it is better than. Okay, it is better than. So when we are like indicating that it is group A is better than group B. So it is one-sided. If we are saying group A and group B are different, it may be better than or it may be worse. So it is a two-sided. But we are what we are saying here, group A is better than group B. Group A is superior to group B. It means there is a direction. There is a one-sided. So here we are using one-sided. Okay, alpha value 0.05. So according to that, we are using Z value. Okay, that is 1.645. Thank you. So a superior trial is a type of clinical trial designed to determine whether a new treatment is better than superior, okay, than the standard treatment or placebo. And this is by more than a pre-specified margin. And that is called superiority margin. We will discuss later about. So this here, the term came superiority margin, that is a delta. Okay. So drug A, group A is better than group B, at least by some pre-specified margin. And this pre-specified margin is called superiority margin. That is a delta in a superiority clinical trial. Okay. The
Excuse me,
different should be a Haji.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
Sir, the doubt is how I can check the superiority margin. Means everyone want
How
to have
we
it high. How we can justify superiority margin? Everyone want that
how
it
we
should be
can
high.
justify superior? Yes.
Yes, sir. So
How
how
can
it
we
is?
justify superiority margin? Yeah, that is your question.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So superiority margin, how can we justify? There are 3-4 things. Based on previous research, based on pilot study, based on your clinical experience, and last one is based on your assumption. So this is the basis of superiority margin, not other than. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
you,
Thank you, sir.
yes. So these are the, you have to like study previous literature, then you can find out what will be superiority margin. Okay. And you can like your clinical experience, you can assume. So these are the, you can do pilot study and you can define your superiority margin. Okay. And when we perform like hands-on, then I will show you.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you,
the
sir.
difference should be a statistically significant as well as a clinically meaningful amount. And this clinical meaningful amount, it is called pre-specified margin or superiority margin. It means, suppose drug A is a new drug. Okay, drug B is a standard drug. So drug B, this is a standard drug. Drug B is 80% effective to treat any disease, 80% effective. And drug A is suppose 90% effective. Okay. So there is a difference of 10%. So we can take it is as a superiority margin, that is a 10%. A drug A should be at least more than 10% to prove it as a superior compared to drug B. You can take 5% superiority margin, you can take 15%, but all these are depends on your previous research, your clinical experience, your pilot study, or you can assume. Okay.
चल पुत्र
Yes. So objective of a superiority trial is to demonstrate that we have already discussed about these things. Okay.
अन्य है तू अपनी अरे हम
We have discussed this thing. Hello, excuse me.
टी हो जाएगी ना
So this is a reason we have to mute all the participants. The main reason is this. So simple example which I have given. Simple examples. Please see this. Standard treatment cures 70% of the patient at 6 months. Suppose new treatment, what we are expecting to cure 85%. Okay. So the difference is 15%. So this is called a superiority margin, 15%. At least this new treatment should cure more than 15% compared to standard treatment. Then we can say new treatment is superior than standard treatment. Okay. I think there are some admit all. Okay. So why we are conducting superiority trial? These are the reasons: to find a more effective treatment, to improve patient outcome, to reduce complications, to improve quality of life, to replace the current standard treatment with a better one, and to provide stronger scientific evidence for new treatment. So we have to do superiority clinical trial. Okay. So these are the reason, and there are many other reasons also. These are main reason. Okay. So this is, we have already discussed about this. So please see this. Standard treatment 70% effective. Okay. And then what we are seeing that in new treatment there is an improvement of 85%. There improvement, at least there is improvement of 15%. So in new treatment, what will be cure rate? 85% must be over there. If it is less than 15% improvement, for example, here 85%. So if improvement is, suppose in standard treatment, it is a 70%, and in new treatment, it is 80%, suppose. But here we have decided superiority margin at 15%. But what we are getting? We are getting 70% standard treatment, and in new treatment, we are getting 80%. So we are getting only improvement of 10%. But we have decided superiority margin 15%. It means it is below to 15%. The difference 80 minus 70, that is a 10. So 10 superiority margin 15%. And we got only 10% improvement. So we cannot say this drug is superior. But if suppose if we are getting 90% in new treatment, and here our superiority margin is 15%. So difference is we are getting 90 minus 70, that is a 20%. And we are crossing this 15%. We are getting 20% improvement. So in this our trial, superiority trial, our new treatment is superior than standard treatment or old treatment or placebo. So this is meaning of superiority trial. So if you have any answer, yes, very good. Okay. You can take superiority margin 5%, 10%, even 1% in some situation. It depends on your clinical experience. Okay. So please see this. It is very important slide. Understanding 95% CI confidence interval of the outcome difference. Okay. Outcome difference. It may be mean difference. It may be proportion difference, because basically we have two type of outcome between test or new drug and standard drug. Okay. So please see this, and if you have any question regarding this, please ask me. Okay. So please first we will read out it and understand. To prove that new drug is superior or even non-inferior, whatever. Okay. So we are talking about superior here. We have to calculate outcome difference. It may be mean difference. It may be proportion difference between two group. Okay. And also it's 95% confidence interval. Outcome difference and 95% confidence interval of the outcome difference we have to calculate in superiority and non-inferiority trial. Suppose we have decided predefined margin, that is a superiority margin in superiority trial, that is 10. So delta is equal to 10. We have decided. Now we got our result is outcome difference is 14.5. We are using some scale. Okay. And it's 95% CI is from 11.3 to 19.6. Please see this. This is one scenario. Or number two scenario, we are got our results as outcome difference is 14.5, and it's 95% CI is from 9.3 to 18.7. So please tell me, So please tell me which result is crossing superiority margin. Please tell me, or I can say which result is superior. Okay. In which result new drug is superior than standard treatment. Scenario 1 is upper, scenario above, scenario 2 is below. So tell me, please. Okay. Second is superior. Superior in first. Okay. second. First. So there is some are saying second, some are saying first. Okay. So I want to say here, very good. So I want to say, please remember this. Okay. Please see this. If our 95% confidence interval is crossing superiority margin, that is 10 in this case. If our 95% confidence interval of outcome difference is crossing superiority margin, that is 10, then we can conclude that new drug is not superior. And if our 95% confidence interval of outcome difference is not crossing superiority margin, we have decided that is a 10 in this case, then we can say new drug is superior to standard 1. So please see in this case, here please see case number 1. It is coming, suppose we are going, this is 95% CI. We have to see 95% CI, okay? It is here 11.3 to 19.6. So please go from 11.3 to 19.6. 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.6, 7, 8, then 12, 12.1, 12.2, 12.15, 16, 17, 18, 19.1, 19.2, 19.3, 19.4, 19.5, 19.6. So when we are going through from 11.3 to 19.6, please tell me 10 is coming or not? Please tell me just this. 10 is coming or not?
No.
Not. Very good. So it means we are not crossing 10. We are not. No, please don't see a difference. Please don't see a difference 8.3. Please don't see this. We have to just go from here to lower bound of 95% CI to upper bound. We have to walk. Okay. 11.62, we have to walk 11.3 to 19.6. And please tell me, there is any 10 in between? We are crossing 10 or not? If we are not crossing the superiority margin, it means our drug is superior. Got it? If we are not crossing our superiority margin in 95% CI, okay, 11.3 to 19.6, please walk 11.3 to 19.6. There is 10 is here, left side, there is a 10. Okay, left side, not right side. So we are not crossing this 10, that is a superiority margin in this case. It means this drug is, new drug is superior to standard drug. Please write down on your pen and paper. 11.3 to 19.6. So please write down 11.3, then 11, then 11.5, then 11.7, then 11.9, then 12. Write on your paper and go write till 19.6. Please write down. Left side 11.3 and then write down from left side to right side on this paper, on a blank paper. And please tell me, over there, is there any 10 number or not? Please tell me. Then you will get, tell me, is there 10 number or no? So if there is no 10 number, then our drug is superior than this, if there is no 10 number, then there is no superiority margin, whatever. In this case, it is a 10. Now, please see number 2 case. And please see only 95% CI. It is from 9.3 to 18.7. Please write down from left side of your paper to 9.3 to 9.5, 9.7, 9.8, 9.9, and then 10, then 10.1, 10.2, up to 18.7. And please tell me, in this case, 10 is coming or not? We are crossing 10 or not?
Yes.
In second case. Yes, we are crossing. It means in this case, new drug is not superior than standard. So what we have to see? We have to see 95% CI of outcome difference in superiority trial, in non-inferiority trial, or third one is equivalence trial. We are not discussing equivalence trial. Okay, here. So you got or not this point? Even if you have any doubt, you can ask me. If you understand this, you will understand about superiority and non-inferiority very easy, and even equivalence trial. Okay, so we are moving. So please tell me. Okay, we will move. I think we will have less time. Yes, very good. So this is one case, and because this is like our superiority and non-inferiority trial. So what we are doing, we are making this forest plot. Okay, forest plot. So please please see this first. This first. Okay, this first. Please see this first. Then I will show you earlier one. So here, this delta is superiority margin, delta. Okay. There are 3 studies, study A, study B, and study C. Okay. Please see this. Please don't see below this. Okay. If you want to understand this, please don't see below this. Only this graph. So this is a favor test drug, favor placebo or control, whatever. So this dot, blue dot, orange dot, or green dot, these are the outcome difference. These are called estimate or outcome difference. And this horizontal line from here to here, these are called 95% confidence interval. So if 95% confidence interval is not crossing superiority margin from here to here, okay, below, okay, here, it is not coming. It is not crossing. And this is favor test drug. You are, okay. So if it is not crossing, okay, then we can say this drug is a superior. Okay. This test drug is a favors. Now in study B, the 95% confidence interval is crossing this delta, that is a superiority margin. In this case, our second case, this is second case. Okay, we got a 9.3 to 18.7. This is same case. This is crossing our non-superiority margin, 10. Okay, so like this. So it is crossing this 95% confidence interval is crossing this delta. It means this drug is not a superior. And this drug, you can see drug C. Drug C is favors placebo or control. So this is obviously there is no superior, not superior. It means it is inferior also. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me at this point. And please see this. Generally, what we are taking some superiority margin, that is a delta, some value. Okay, some value we are taking. But sometimes we are performing study with 0 superiority margin. it means the superiority margin is 0. So in this case, this is 0 superiority margin. Here, this dot line is 0. This is superiority margin. It is called 0 superiority margin or 0 superiority trial. It is called. It means in this case, superiority margin is 0. So please see this study A. This is superiority margin, that is a 0. Okay. So it is study A is not crossing 95% confidence interval of outcome estimate of difference is not crossing this study, this 0. It means it is a superior. Okay. And study B is crossing this 0. It means it is not superior. And study C is far below of this 0 and it is favors placebo. It means it is inferior. Okay, it is inferior. So this is a description of point estimate and its 95% confidence interval, which we have done in this example. So if you have any question regarding superiority trial, you can ask me. Okay. So I think I have repeated. Now move to next. Now non-inferiority clinical trial. So non-inferiority clinical trial, the aim of the non-inferiority clinical trial to show a new treatment is not unacceptably worse. Not unacceptably worse. It is a worse, but there is some limit. Then a standard treatment within a preset margin. And this preset margin is called non-inferiority margin. We will discuss, okay? A non-inferiority trial is appropriate when the objective of our trial is to demonstrate that new treatment is not clinically worse than the current standard treatment by more than a pre-specified non-inferiority margin. In the same in the case of superiority margin, we have to predefine superiority margin. Same as in non-inferiority margin, non-inferiority clinical trial, we have to predefined non-inferiority margin. Okay, while offering additional practical or clinical benefit. Okay, we will discuss again and again this. Suppose what is M? To show that a new treatment is not worse than the standard treatment by more than a predefined acceptable margin, and this is called non-inferiority margin. Suppose, please see this. Standard antibiotic cures 90% of the patient, but new antibiotic cures 85% of the patient. Standard antibiotic cures large number of patients, that is 90%. New antibiotic cures less patient compared to standard treatment, that is 85% of the patient. But why we are using new antibiotic that is cures only 85% of the patient, even if we are having standard antibiotic that cures 90% of the patient? The reason is here, although slightly less effective, this new antibiotic, okay, by 5% less effective, it causes fewer side effect. Okay, fewer side effect. It is cheaper than standard antibiotic. It requires fewer dose. It is easily available. So standard antibiotic cures 90%. New treatment cures only 85%. 5% loss. But new antibiotic causes fewer side effects compared to standard, is cheaper than compared to standard, is require fewer doses compared to standard, and it easily available. So why not we can use it 85%? We have to decide. If the small difference is considered acceptable, if we are accepting this, okay, 5% is okay, there is no problem. This is called non-inferiority margin. The new treatment may still be a good choice. So this is the example of this non-inferiority trial. Okay. So why we are conducting non-inferiority? New treatment, we know that new treatment is lesser effective. Some worse, there is some worse, okay? But not so worse. New treatment is safer, fewer side effect, easier to use, lower cost, better patient compliance, more convenient dosing. Like for example, nowadays there is a insulin, a weekly insulin. So compared to other insulin, the patient only need to get only one injection in a week. But the efficacy, suppose its efficacy is 85%. And in standard treatment, it is a 90%. So it is a lesser than like standard treatment. But okay, 85% is okay in clinical scenario. Then we can use it. So it is called 90% minus 85%. It is coming 5%. This 5% is we call non-inferiority margin. This is a pre-specified margin. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask. So suppose this is, please see this. This is the most important concept. Explain the non-inferiority margin delta. Please see this. Standard treatment success is 90%. We have predefined non-inferiority margin that is a 10%. Then the new treatment will be considered acceptable if its success rate is not lower than 80%. Why not lower than 80%? Because we have decided non-inferiority margin as 10%. So 90 minus 10, 80%. Okay. New treatment success rate is 86%. And in second condition, new treatment success rate is 76%. So please tell me which is non-inferior, condition 1 or condition 2, and which is inferior. Please tell me. Condition 1 is 86%, condition 2 is 76%. Please tell me. If you
The
are
first
getting.
one is not inferior.
Yes?
First one is not inferior and the second one is inferior.
Inferior. Yeah, please write down in chat box. You can write down in chat box these things. If you have any question and you cannot write down in chat box, then you can ask me. Yes, very good. Yes, very good, very good. So you are getting meaning of inferiority, non-inferiority, superiority. Okay? But please always see. Please always see. Please remember, for non-inferiority or even in, okay, superiority is okay, but please see non-inferiority or sometimes in superiority, please never rely on p-value. If we are getting p-value significant or if we are getting p-value non-significant, then we are getting our result is not good. If we are getting p-value non-significant, then we are getting, oh, our result is not significant. No. Please see always 95% confidence interval of point estimate or difference or outcome difference. Please see this. Please remember this always. 95% confidence interval of outcome difference. It may be mean difference, it may be proportion difference. And we have to see 95% confidence interval of this outcome difference. Please don't rely on p-value. Leave this p-value for this superiority and non-inferiority. Never see this p-value. Only see 95% confidence interval. to prove it is a superior or it is a non-inferior trial. Okay? Yes. Next. Understand this. Okay, very good. Okay, I think we have understand this. There is no problem. Yes, please see this. We have discussed already in superiority trial. So it is a non-inferiority trial, similar. Study A, study B, and study C. Please see. Study A favors test drug, new drug, better. And in left side, you can see favors test drug, worse, in red color. Okay. This is a non-inferiority margin. We have decided that is a minus delta. Earlier, it was plus delta in superiority trial. You can see it is plus delta, not minus delta. So please see this. In superiority trial, it is plus delta. And in non-inferiority trial, it is a minus delta. Okay. So see here. Study A, it is a point estimate, blue color, dot circle. It is a orange, it is a green. Okay. You are seeing, I hope that you are seeing my cursor. So blue circle, it is a difference of the outcome. And it is a 95% confidence interval. There are two horizontal line of this, attaching this. So if 95% confidence interval is not crossing this non-inferiority margin, that line, okay, this is vertical line, okay, minus delta line. If it is not crossing, we can say drug A is a non-inferior compared to study A, okay. In study A, the test drug is non-inferior compared to standard one. In study B, the 95% confidence interval of this point estimate or difference is crossing this minus delta. So it means in study B, test drug is we cannot say it is a not inferior. We cannot say it is a not inferior. Okay? We cannot conclude. And in study C, it is inferior to this because like favor the test drug. It 95% confidence interval is totally is below this non-inferiority margin. So we can say the standard drug is superior than test drug. In this case, we can say, or we can say the test drug is worse compared to like a standard treatment. So this is a scenario. How can we like explain with the help of 95% confidence interval, point estimate and 95% point estimate, that is a difference, okay, mean difference or proportion difference, outcome difference, and it's 95%. We have to see. Okay, now I have sent you articles. So now move to practical explanation. Okay, hands-on. Okay, yeah. Very good. We have time. It's a 6:48, so we have time. There is no problem. Is one by one we will see. So still, if you have any question, you can ask. What is point estimate? Point estimate means mean difference between two groups. That is a point estimate. Or proportion difference between two groups. That is a point estimate. Okay. Got it? We have to calculate first mean difference or proportion difference on the basis of our outcome. And then that is called point estimate here. And after that, we have to get 95% CI of this point estimate. That is a outcome difference. That is a mean or proportion. Always we have to do this for non-inferiority or even superiority trial. If still you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will move to hands-on. So, oh, sorry. So here hands-on, I will send you superiority. Okay, this is superiority. I made this, I will share with you after this explanation, no problem, this file. I'll try my best to make this very simple. Okay. So here, condition 1, this is a superiority trial. Okay. Please see this. Condition 1, when dependent variable or outcome variable is quantitative in nature, quantitative or numerical in nature. So for quantitative or numerical in nature, we have to get mean of group 1, mean of group 2, and we have to get mean difference and mean difference 95% confidence interval. Okay, so this is a condition 1. And the example, please see this example. Example. In a randomized control trial, we want to see the effect of a new therapy in the improvement in mean quality of life score, because this is a quality of life score, so we have to get mean of the patient by 20. So improvement is by 20. So mean difference, what is mean difference? That is a 20. At 3-month follow-up compared to control group who is taking standard therapy. This is our condition. So here mu1 means mu1. That is mu1, mean of quality of life score in new therapy, that is a 70. Mu s, mean of quality of life score in standard therapy. S means standard, N means new therapy, old therapy, in control group, in placebo group, that is a 50. Okay, so difference theta, that is a difference. Mu1 minus mu s, 70 minus 50, that is a 20. And what we have done, we have decided one superiority margin and we have taken it as a 10. So superiority margin, it is assumed by the researcher. In this case, it is taken 10. We can take 5, we can take 8, even we can take 0 also. So if we are taking it 0, it is called zero superiority trial. Okay, we can take 0. Got it? So in this case, it is 10. Okay, please see this. So this is our null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. So our alternate hypothesis, what will be our alternate hypothesis? Because we have decided superiority margin as 10, it means the difference between new treatment and standard treatment must be greater than this superiority margin, must be greater than this 10. This is our alternate hypothesis, okay, in this case. And so null hypothesis, what will be null hypothesis? The difference between mean of new treatment and mean of standard treatment should be equal to or less than 10. Okay, should be equal to less than 10. Here our superiority margin is 10. So this is our null or alternate hypothesis. Okay. So if you have any question regarding this, please ask me later. First, we will finish this. So this is our superiority or null hypothesis or alternate. Now, this is formula to calculate superior for sample size calculation for superiority trial. Please see this formula. It is almost similar to, we have done RCT for 2 group for mean difference. It is similar to. So what do you mean by R? I will send this file. You will try this, practice this. R is, I have already told you. Okay, and it is written here. ratio of sample size of group 2, okay, to group 1. And generally, both are equal. Group 1 and group 2 sample size are equal. So what we are taking? We are taking R is equal to 1. Okay, R is equal to 1. So if you are taking R is equal to 1 here, please see this, and 1 here, then 1 and 1 we can write down 2 here. So I'm writing here 2. Oh, sorry. Please see this. 2. And I can remove this one, no problem. This is very simple formula. I can write down here also 2, sorry. So you can do these changes. There is no problem. Then this is a simple formula. Please see this. Here it is written Z1 minus alpha plus Z1 minus beta square. Earlier it was Z1 minus alpha by 2 when we are comparing quasi-experimental 2-group randomized control trial, not superiority trial. Then there is a Z1 minus alpha by 2. But here it is a Z1 minus alpha. It is a single-sided. Okay, one-sided. Then this is a sigma square. Sigma square means, sigma means standard deviation. Okay. And this is here mu1 minus mu(s). Mu1 minus mu(s) mean difference of new treatment minus mean of standard treatment. And then we have to do minus theta 0. What is theta 0? It is a superiority margin square. It is square. Okay. And when we can write down here, please see this. This is theta difference. Mu1 minus mu(s). We have write down theta. So we can write down here theta also in the place of this and this. Please see this. I have written theta. So it is theta minus theta 0. Theta is actual difference. And theta 0 is superiority margin. So suppose if we are taking superiority margin as a 0, it is called zero superiority trial. It is called zero superiority trial. So what will happen? We have to write down here 0. 0. So we can remove this 0. There is no problem. Okay. We can remove this 0. There is no value of 0. So this is formula. Sorry. This is formula. So it is formula of a randomized controlled trial. Similar formula it is. In case of when we are taking superiority margin as a 0. But in generally what we are taking superiority margin, some value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, whatever. So we have to write down here our superiority margin value, theta 0. Or you can take this formula. Okay. Now, this is, I think I have explained you this formula. If you have any query regarding this formula, you can ask me. Now, fill each and everything. Please tell me, fill this value, Z1 minus alpha at 95% confidence interval. Please tell me value of this, Z1 minus alpha. Please tell me value of this at 95% confidence interval. You have table. Tell me. 1.645. Very good. 1.645. Very good. Please tell me value of Z1 minus beta at 80% power of study. Please tell me. Please tell me value of Z1 minus beta at 80% power of study. Please tell me Z1 minus beta value. 0.842. Very good. Okay. So what I have to do? I'm again doing something. Please see this. I'm filling this 1.645. I'm filling this. Oh, sorry. 0.842, I think. And when we add this, and it will be square. Sorry, it will be square. So I think there is some problem in when I do. Yeah. So what I do here, 0.842. Please add these two values. Please add these two values. Please add these two values. Because there is a plus. Please add and give me result. I am making this formula very simple. 2.487. Okay. Okay. If it is right, I am writing here. 2.487. Very good. So I am not doing anything. 2.487. Very good. Please give me a square because it is written square here. 2.487 square. Please give me square. Square of this 2.487, 6.185. Okay. Oh, sorry. So here multiply by 6.185 and multiply by. Then again, please multiply 2 and 6.185. Please multiply. And please give me this result. 12.37. Very good. So I can write down here. 12.37. This is formula. Very simple formula to calculate sample size at 95% confidence interval and power of which power? Power of 80%. Yes, yes. Got it? Power of 80%. Please tell me, this is Z1 minus alpha. You have written here 1.645. 1.645, I think. And Z beta, please tell me value of Z beta at 90% power of study. %90 power of study. Very good. So please see this. 1.282. Please add both values. 1.645 plus 1.282. Please add both values. 2.9 and please take it as square. Because we have to take it as square. 2.927. 2.927. Please give me its square. 925. Okay. Okay. No, there is no problem. So it's a square is 8.566. Okay. So its square is 8.566. Then again, what I have to do? Tell me. Multiply by 8.567. Yes. Then again, what I have to do? I have to multiply by 2. So please give me result. 17.13. Yes, 17.12 or 17.13. 17.13. So this is a formula to calculate sample size for 95% confidence interval, one-sided, and power of study. What is power of study? 90%. It is a very simple formula. But you have to do practice, practice, practice. You can make this formula, there is no problem. Okay. So what we have to fill in this? We have to fill sigma value and we have to fill both difference and superiority margin and we can get sample size. No problem. So please see this. So here, please see this. Very good. So if you learn this, you can learn about non-inferiority, superiority, any other. So here, Z value, no need to, everything we have written here. Here what? We have this difference, we know 20 difference. Superiority margin, we have decided 10. And this is S. Sometimes it is written as S, small s or sigma. Both are same. Sigma we have taken, we have assumed, it is assumed 15. It may be taken from previous study, pilot study, clinical experience. So sigma we have taken 15. Okay. So fill all these things in this formula. It is 15 square. So what the value of 15 square? Please tell me. It is a 15. 2 to 5. Very good. So 2 to 5. And please tell mu1 minus mu s. What is mu1 minus mu s? We have given. It is 20. This is 20. And what is theta 0? Theta 0 is non-inferiority margin. This is 10. So 20 minus 10 is coming 10. Okay? Sorry. 20 minus 10 is coming 10. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And 10 square, it is coming 100. Yeah? Because there is a 10 square. You can see in this formula, there is a square. Here, okay? So 10 square. Yes. Oh, sorry. Ten square, it is coming 100. So please multiply above value. 12.37 multiplied by 225. Please give me. 12.37 multiplied by 225. Okay, it is value is of this. Yes, very good. 2783. Okay. 2783. Point whatever. Okay, 0.33, whatever. So please divide by 100. So it came. The answer is coming 27.83, or we can say 28. So this is a group 2, 28. Group 1 is also 28. So we have to recruit 28 patients. Yes, you can final adjustment you can do 10%, 20%, 5%, loss to follow-up, dropout. You can do and you can make your like I have already explained in previous. So this is, it is of a 95% confidence interval and 80% power. If you want to do with 90%, you can do. Yes, you can do. There is no problem. Okay. 62 after 80 attrition of 10%. Yes, it's very good. It is 80%. If your guide mentor told that, no, I need with 90% power of study, then you can do. This is a formula of second. You can do and you can get 90%. 80%, like 90% power of study, sample size will be increased compared to 80%. Simple. You can do this. No problem. Okay. Now do again. So I have explained you. This is coming same thing. Okay. We have done this. You have done this. Okay. Not me. You have done. Now, condition number 2. Now I will do fast and fast. Okay. So condition number 2, when dependent variable is qualitative in nature, frequency or proportion. Okay. So what will be formula in this condition? Okay. I want to see first formula. This formula is very, I think, maybe complicated for you, but please don't worry. It's very simple formula. Don't worry. We will make it very simple. This is formula. Okay. So Z1 minus alpha plus Z1 minus beta, we know very well. What the value of this 80% and 90%? We can take from here. This is for, okay, this is for 90%. And 80% we know value. We know that, I know very well that we know value of 80%. Yeah, this is 90%. So we know value of this again. What is it? Yes. This is PN. PN. N means new treatment. Proportion of outcome in new treatment. Is there any name of this formula? Still, I did not see any name of this formula. Okay. If you see from anywhere, please tell me. Okay. So PN is here. PN is a proportion Yeah. PN means proportion of outcome in a new treatment. N means new treatment. This is 1 minus P. Okay. This is R, we know R. What is R? So generally what we are taking R we are taking 1. So please remove this. Because one value is, there is no problem. So we can remove this R. No problem. So this is formula. Pn 1 minus Pn plus Ps 1 minus Ps. Ps yani proportion of outcome in standard therapy. Okay. And then 1 minus Ps. Got it? Now please see this. I can remove this R also. No problem. And this is Pn minus Ps. Difference of the proportion between two group minus theta 0. Theta 0 is superiority margin. If it is 0 superiority trial, then we can write down here minus theta. In the place of theta 0, we can write down 0 here. And we can, there is no like value of 0, then we can remove it as we have done earlier. So this is simple. We can write down in place of Pn minus Ps, we can write down theta also. Theta means difference of two proportion here in this case. So this is formula. Okay. Now you can calculate sample size. If we are taking for 80% power of study, we know value of this 80%. Okay. So can anybody tell me what is the value of Z1 minus alpha plus Z1 minus beta square at 80% power of study? We have done earlier. Please tell me. We have done earlier. 12.87. Very good. 12.87. 12.87, not 12.87. Very good. It is a 6.185. Because 12.87 we got when we multiply by 2. Because in mean difference, there is 2 also. But here 2 is not here. So very good, Dilpreet Kaur. Z1 minus alpha plus Z1 minus beta square, it is 6.185. Got it? Surbhi Bhargava? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. So here we can write down it. There is no problem. Yes. 6.185 we can write down, multiply by this. Okay. Then what is the problem? We have Pn, okay, Ps, and we have theta 0 also. So we can see this example. In a randomized control trial, we want to see the effect of a new therapy in increment in success rate among the patient by 20%. So theta is Pn minus Ps is 0.20. Theta is 0.20. So here we can write down here 0.20. What is our non-inferiority margin? Superiority margin in this case, please see. So here we have written here, okay? Sorry, here. I think I have to remove this. It is not US, it is a PS. So here Pn is, suppose it is a 45%, 0.45. PS is, it is 25%, so 0.25. 0.45 minus 0.25, we can get actual difference of 0.20. That is a theta. We have written it. There is no problem. Then we have taken superiority margin at 0.10. So we have to write down over there 0.10. 0.10. So what is Pn? Pn is a 0.45. So I have to write down here 0.45. 1 minus Pn. 1 minus Pn means 0.55, I think. 0.55. Yes, very good. PS is 0.25. 0.25. So 1 minus PS is 0.75. We have done all the things. Just multiply and do. Okay. Please give me this 0.45 multiply by 0.55. Please give me this result. Hurry up. Please give me this result. Hurry up. We don't have time. $0.245. Yes, okay. 0.245, not 7. 245. And please multiply 0.25 to 0.75. Please give me result. Hurry up. 0.1875. Okay. 1875. Please add these two values. Please add these two values. 0.2475, I think. It will be 75. I think it will be 75. This one, I think. So please add both values. And please give me answer. Hurry up. Does superiority margin got? What do you mean by? Yes, superiority margin we can get from previous study even or clinical experience. There is no problem. This is 0.425. Yes. So I'm writing 0.435. Okay, 0.435. Please multiply 6.185 multiply by 0.435. Please multiply. Then give your answer here. 2.690. Okay. 2.690. Okay. Then please do this. 0.20 minus 0.10. We have done numerator. Please do with the denominator. So what will be answer here? 0.10. And please square it. 0.10. Please square it. Very good. The square will be 0.10. Please give square. No. Please don't confuse. Why 0.001? Yes, it is 0.01. Please do this. Multiply 0.1 multiply by 0.1. 0.01. Yes. So please write down here and please give me answer. 0.01. Then please give me answer. 269. Okay, very good. 269. So we can take 270 in each group. 270. So this is sample size we can calculate. No problem. So just see this. Yes. Just see this. Here what we have done. And what will be sample size? 270. Yes, this is same. We have done. No problem. It's very simple. What is the problem? Okay, got it? Now I have only, okay, we have half an hour. Then we move to non-inferiority trial. How to do sample size, okay? So if you have any question, you can ask me. I'm taking 2 minutes, 1 minute break, okay? Now I'm moving to non-inferiority trial. It's very simple. Same here. Z1 minus alpha, Z1 minus beta, each and everything is same. Mean difference, proportion difference is same. Sigma square is same. And theta 0 is same. Here theta 0 is superiority margin. Over theta 0 is non-inferiority margin. There is no problem. Okay. So I'm taking 1 minute break, then we will start 7:20. In between, if you have any question, you can ask. So I'm not saving this file. I will send you. Not saving. You will do practice. I will send to you this file. Oh. Then move to non-inferiority. Okay. Effect of a metacognitive skill-based teaching intervention on knowledge, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills among nursing students handling selected pediatric emergency in a simulated lab setting, a randomized control trial. Shall I use this formula? No. There is no need to use this formula. Just go to simple randomized control trial. Yesterday formula. You can do. It is only for superiority or non-inferiority. So if you are performing superiority, then you can do this. If you are doing superiority trial, then you can do this. Yes, you can use zero superiority trial. Then you can use this formula, zero superiority. Because zero superiority trial formula is similar to randomized control trial we have already discussed yesterday. So both are similar formula, same formula. So there is no problem. Yes. Now move to non-inferiority. I will do fast in this. Okay. Yes. So where is formula? Formula is here. Okay. I'm copying pasting here. When you are seeing sigma here, so it is for quantitative type of outcome variable or qualitative type of outcome variable? Please see me. So, tell me.
Quantitative.
Quantitative type. Okay, very good. If you see P, PS, PN, P1, P2, small p, large p, then that type of qualitative type. Outcome variable is qualitative. Simple. So what we have done? I think we have done all each and everything. Here delta is it is not theta, it is delta. Delta is your non-inferiority. So if I want to do this trial on 90%, okay, 90%. 90% power of study, 95% confidence interval. So please tell me this value, this yellow part value, please tell me. We have already done. So just tell me. 90%. $17.13. Okay. Can anybody confirm it? 17.13. Can anybody confirm it? Yes, very good. So we can write down here 17.13. Is there any problem? 17.13 multiply. This is a very simple formula. Then what we need? We need only sigma. And we need only theta. Theta is a difference in outcome. And delta is a non-inferiority margin. So please see this. Okay, please see this. Suppose a neuroanesthetist wants to assess the effectiveness of a new anesthetic agent compared to the old or standard agent for general anesthesia during brain surgery among patients with moderate to severe traumatic brain injury. On Glasgow Outcome Scale Extended. So what is it? If you want to learn about this, please Google it. and then you will go get it more and more. Then you can read it. What is this? Is a Glasgow coma scale. You can see it. Yeah, this is. These are 1 to 8. 1 is dead, 8 is upper good recovery. So if score is increasing, it means better. Increasing score is better. Okay? 1 is dead, 8 is good recovery. So when score is increasing, it is better. Very good thing, better thing. Okay? So go to our 3 months after surgery through a non-inferiority randomized control trial. Okay? So here the primary outcome is Glasgow Coma Scale extended score at 3 months after surgery. Okay, this is. Now, suppose, please see this, very good thing. Suppose, this is very, very good. In a previous study or in her clinical experience, okay, whether it is from previous study or whether the researcher's clinical experience, the researcher found that using a standard anesthetic agent, this is a standard agent, not new. The mean GOES at 3 months was this one, 0.40 plus minus 1.0 among patients with this. Okay, she assumed in her current study, mean GOS score at 3 months is here, okay, similar to the previous study with a non-inferiority margin 1.0. So she assumed in her current study, mean GOS at 3 months in new therapy, okay, similar finding with a non-inferiority margin of 1.0 here. She has taken to calculate sample size 80%, no 90%, we will do 90% and 95% CI using this formula. So please see here, mu S means mean GOS score at in standard anesthetic agent at 3 months 4.0. Mu N means new therapy, similar 4.0. So theta, you can see theta is 0 here. Theta is 0. Okay? Then non-inferiority margin she has taken is 1.0. And sigma or S standard deviation she has assumed, or previous study she has taken 1.0. And here we have to give reference. Here we have to give reference. No problem. Okay? So what we have to do? We have to fill all these values here. So sigma she has taken 1. So please 1. And 1 square is equal to 1. So please write down here 1. Theta is 0. And delta is also 1. So 1 minus 1 square is equal to 1. We know very well. So we can write down 1. So what the sample size of value? 17.13 is equal to 18. Simple. But we have to understand from where we have to take this delta, this SD or sigma or mean difference. We have to do calculation. This is okay. This is very simple. Go to next. Then we will, if you have any question, you can ask me. So in this it came 13. Why it came 13? And why it we have done it with 18. So why it came 13? Can anybody tell me? Yes. 80% power was used in this case, so it came 13. But here we have used 90% power. Not CI, 80% power. Krishna Swami, that is not CI, that is a power, yes. But here we have used 90%. So when we are using 90%, then sample size automatically will increase. Not CI, 95% CI, it is okay. 90% CI, 95% confidence interval we are generally using. But in power, sometimes you are using 80%, sometimes you are using 90%. Okay, then you can adjust. So this is adjustment formula. Sorry. Where is adjustment we have done? Oh, sorry. So 1 minute, where is adjustment? You can do adjustment, no problem. So, yes. Sorry, I think. Yes, this adjustment we have done. 20% we can done. Then we can calculate sample size, no problem. We have done this, and this is sample size calculation formula statement. I will send you, please see this. Okay. Now, last one. When primary outcome is a qualitative, categoric, or binary. So what will be sample size calculation formula? This is very simple formula. Now I think it is simple for you. Earlier it was very complicated. Now it's very simple. So please tell me this value of 90%. 90%. Megadatta, I will give you like Megamata, I will give you this answer after that. 8.56. 8 point, yes. Okay. So this is 8.567. Okay, no problem. Then it is very easy formula. What is PN? Proportion of outcome in new therapy. What is PS? Proportion of outcome in old therapy or standard therapy. What is theta? Proportion difference between both group. What is delta? Non-inferiority margin. Please fill. Okay, see this. This example is taken from a previous study where a higher proportion was a better outcome. Chalo, okay, there is no problem. This is a published study, okay? I will send you this reference also, no problem. Where is sorry. In this study, a dermatologist planned to compare azathioprine new treatment with cyclosporin standard treatment in the treatment of antihistamine refractory chronic spontaneous urticaria. I think dermatology know better than me. Okay, this is a condition. Through a randomized prospective active controlled non-inferiority trial. The primary outcome, please see this primary outcome. The primary outcome was the number or proportion of patients achieving greater than 75% reduction in this UAS7. There is a scale. Or how many patients achieved this much of reduction? How many patients? Okay, this is. So PS means proportion of patients achieving equal to greater than 75% reduction in their UAS7. This is a scale at 90-day end of the treatment from baseline in standard treatment. This is coming 90%. Okay, 90% of the patients achieving greater than equal to 75% reduction in their UAS7 at 90-day. Okay. Now, please see this. Here, PN, what is PN? Proportion of patients achieving equal to greater than 75% reduction in their US at 90-day end of the treatment from baseline in new treatment. That is a azathioprine. It is 88%, and we know 90% is higher than 88%. Okay, But we want to use this azethioprime. We want to test because azethioprime maybe it is safer, have fewer side effects, it is cheaper, it is easily available. Okay, having compliance rate is very high and dosing is minimum. So even if there are efficacy is less than 2% compared to this cyclosporin, we want to use this medicine. It is 88%, it is 90%, so efficacy is 2% less compared to the cyclosporin. But we want to conduct a non-inferiority trial, and we want to say that azathioprine is non-inferior to cyclosporin with a non-inferiority margin of 20%. Please see this. Here they have taken 20% non-inferiority margin. Okay, from previous study. And this is theta. Theta is PS minus PN, that is 0.02. Please see this. 0.02. Please see this. It is a difference. So where is we have to? So here, this is our formula. Please tell me PN. PN, please tell me PN. What I have to write down in PN? Tell me. Yes, 0.88. 0.88. So 1 minus PN. Please tell me 1 minus PN. 1 minus PN. 0.12. PS, please tell me PS. PS. 0.9. 1 minus PS. 0.1. What is theta? Please tell me theta. Please tell me theta. Yes, I have to see. Please tell me theta. .20, yeah? Yes, 0.20. Very good. 0.02. Sorry, 0.02. And what is delta? Delta is 0.20. Then please solve this. Multiply 0.88 to 0.12. Please give me answer. 0.88 to 0.12. 0.88 to 0.12. It is coming 0.11. Okay. 0.11. Please give this 0.19 to 0.1. So it is, I think it is coming 0.9. Yes, very good. Then please add this 0.11 to 0.09. I think it is coming 0.2, I think. Yes. So it is coming 0.2. Please multiply 28.567 multiply by 0.2. Please do this. And give me answer. Yes, very good. 0.171, yeah, 1.17. Yeah, 1.173. 1.713, yes. 1.713. Please do below this. Now denominator, the turn of denominator, what will be? 0.02 minus, very good. Minus 0.18, very good. Square, take it square. Please give me answer of square. 0.0324, okay. 0.0324. Please give me answer of this. 52.8, okay. 52.8, yes, 52.8. So we can take 53. Even we can take 55. Even we can take 60 in each group. There is no problem. Okay. So this is how to calculate sample size. So here what they have done. Oh, they used, I think, 80% power. 80% power. We used 90% power. Okay. So this is how to calculate, and this is how to write down this sample size calculation formula. Yes, this is. So I'm not saving this, and I will send you. Please do practice on this. And now if you have any question, you can ask me. I think there is no need to do. Yes, for online calculator, there are some calculator you can try. Sealed envelope. Okay. This is sealed envelope. Write down sealed envelope. This is a sample size calculation online software. SEALED envelope. Then click OK. Then you will get this sealed envelope. Here you can. Sorry. When you write down sealed envelope sample size calculation formula, then click enter. You will get this power calculator for binary. Okay, sealed envelope. Then click this. You will get this. Then here power calculator. Right side above. Only 4 minutes are left. Okay. So power calculator here. Click here. Then there is a sample size calculation formula. Superiority trial, equivalence trial, non-inferiority trial. When outcome is binary outcome. When outcome is a continuous outcome. Superiority, equivalence, non-inferiority. Just click this superiority trial. Okay. Just click this superiority trial. When we click superiority trial, you will get this. But please see this. In this, there is no any superiority margin. Not given superiority margin. So which type of study this is? Which type of superiority trial this is? Please tell me. There is not given any superiority margin. There is no. Please see this non-inferiority.
Zero.
Inferiority.
Zero superiority.
Zero superiority. Very good. So even in sealed envelope, there is a zero superiority trial sample size calculation. Okay, please see this non-inferiority trial. Just I click. This is non-inferiority. In non-inferiority, they have given non-inferiority limit or non-inferiority margin. You can see here. Non-inferiority limit or non-inferiority margin D. But in superiority trial, in this formula, they did not give. So that is a zero superiority trial. But here it is given. So what we have to write down here? We have write down success in control group 90. Success in experiment group 88. Okay. And then this limit is, I think, 10 we have written here. Then calculate. This is 90% power. Yes, you can calculate. You can do whatever you want to do. It is coming 524 patients. Okay. So we have to do some adjustment here. Then we can get it. Here we have taken 20%. Sorry, 20% we have taken, if you remember. Then calculate. It is coming 104 patients. Okay. So half of this we have to calculate 52, something like that. Total patient is 104. So half of 52% we have to calculate. And in when we did with the manually, it also came 52, approximately 52. And using this formula, it came 52. It is a total 104. So in each group, it is a 52. So this is about how to calculate a sample size. Here it is written, okay? Here it is. So you can use this sealed envelope. So if you have any question, you can ask, or I think there is one small session. You can ask me in on my WhatsApp number in this group we can give. Sir, what can we do? Reduce the sample size for thesis, etc. Take power of 80, not less than 80. And you can make your non-inferiority like margin is bigger, then you will get less sample size. Suppose this is 52 here. If I make this non-inferiority margin as 25, then please see this. You will get 64, 32%. If I make this 80% power of study, then please see, it is only 23, total 46. Earlier it was 104. Okay, thank you. I think there is a next session. So please be online. And I request each and every participant, please give your valuable suggestions or appreciation in WhatsApp group. So if you like this, yeah, for statute letter, please give one example. Yeah, no, there is no problem. This is statute letter. This is statute letter. This is non-inferiority, superiority. Okay. So I am giving. So non-inferiority. Okay. So what I have to do? I have to click this statute letter on, sorry, by one. Here I have to write down statute letter sample size calculator. It will open. Then click just this first. You can click first. It will open. Then this, there is a sample size. You can see nearby statute letter, there is a sample size. Please click this. So which type of, there is a two group. This is a independent proportion or independent mean. So here we go for this last one. So this is an independent proportion. Just click this. This will open. You can say equality, non-inferiority, superiority, or equivalence. Just click this non-inferiority. Okay, this will come. Then we have to adjust with this. So here in reference group, how many? This is 90%. So it came 90, 0.9. Here in outcome, it is alternate therapy 0.88. So sometime it may be like 0.88. And what will be our non-inferiority margin? It is coming 0.20, 20%. Okay. Then click calculate. You can see it is coming 100%. Here it is coming 100%. In here, I think total 200. And over there we got only like total 100%. So I think it may be some mistake in this calculator. I have to see this. So this is how to do with the non-inferiority. So like statute letter, you can do practice. Okay, then you can get, there is no problem. If I take this non-inferiority minus 2, it is also coming. Yeah. So I think there is some, then there is an adjustment option. You can see here options, you can see. Okay. Then adjustment. Yes, we do adjustment. I can remove this, then update. Yes, now you can see. Here then, please see this. It is coming 80, 90. It is coming 25 patients. Then option, it is, please click this option, change is 90%. So please change is 90%. It is power of desired power, change it 90%, drag it. It came option, please click option, then update. It is coming 35%. Okay, so it's like similar things, but like software can give a little bit different. Okay, so we have to adjust. Okay, we have to adjust. There is no problem. There is option we have done for 90%. Okay, there is no problem. Okay, 35. According to this, we got 35. And according to manual, we got around 52, something like that. So in some time online calculator, you can get some different result also. So there is no worry. Reliable thing is your like manual calculation. Okay. Thank you so much. Continuity correction is to be used when no need of continuity correction. Leave it. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks to all participants. And I request all of you, please give your like suggestions, inputs, appreciation in WhatsApp group. Okay. Thank you very much.